died long ago fighting Apaches, dreamed that when she reached heaven, Father Madsen would join her, and they would be married. If the good Lord permitted such couplings up there. The church was lost to deep shadows and the scent of incense. A high mass of some kind this morning, apparently. Incense was never used at low mass. In its primitive way, the church was beautiful. Nearly every part of it was wood, but the statuary. No fancy marbling, no gold, no silver fretting, just the simple but profound expression of faith stated in wood, because that was all the natives could afford. Even the statue of Christ above the tabernacle was made of wood. 2 long, wide rows of wooden pews, and the stations of the cross in intricately carved wood on both facing walls. Father Madsen knelt at the communion rail, his hands folded, his head bowed. He wore a blue work shirt, jeans, and riding boots. Part of his job was to run the small ranch one of the wealthy townspeople had willed the mission. He had help, of course, but it was easy to see that the priest enjoyed wearing his cowhand clothes and riding his big gray. Even a priest wanted to be part of the Western myth. When he heard her, he looked up and smiled. His hair was white now, but his face was hard and tight, heroic in the jut of nose and jaw and clarity of blue eye. He still had that almost ferocious handsomeness. He looked away then, bowed his head briefly, finished his prayers. She could see his lips moving silently, then blessed himself and stood up. Her second hug for the morning. She was glad to be lost in his powerful arms. He was 6'3" and was always giving youngsters lessons in boxing. Some of the rowdy young men on Friday nights liked to fight with other groups of rowdy young men. When things got too much for the sheriff and his 2 deputies, long, drunken holiday weekends were especially tough on the lawmen. They always asked Father Madsen to help them. There wasn't a rowdy young man yet who could take him. Would you like to sit down? Yes, Father. You don't look so good, my friend. She liked when he called her my friend. She'd never heard him call anybody else that. He'd been using it with her since she was 14, the year her father was sent to prison. They sat in the front pew. As they talked, she looked up at the statue of the Virgin above the dancing red, blue, green flames of the votive candles. It was so easy to give in to despair, even when you knew that the Virgin was watching over you. It's Noah, the priest said. Yes. He's going after Radigan? Yes. The priest sighed. I'm not sure I can talk him out of it, Joan. He's a very stubborn man. One time he got mad at me. We were probably 8 or something like that, and he said he wouldn't speak to me for a month. We were orphans together. We lived in the same house. How could you not speak to somebody you saw day and night 7 days a week? She laughed softly. But he didn't speak to you. It was as if he willed me out of existence. I'd look right at him and half shout in his face, and he'd just turn away as if I wasn't even there. He laughed. I have to admit, I was pretty impressed. They sat and stared at the altar for a time. Laughter had left them. He'll get himself killed, Joan said. I'm not sure he cares. He just wants to get even with Radigan. And there, I have to admit, I can't blame him. I'd want to get even too. He's 43 years old. He should have a good life ahead of him. He has to forget what happened. The cleric sighed again. I'll go talk to him. You know where he is? That dry creek bed behind the cabin where we're staying. He's using that old Navy.